Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's BDF 44 coming at you with another video. This is, I guess, a therapy video, but it's not really anything wrong at all. I just wanted to kind of follow up with what's going on because something amazing just happened to me. Very, very amazing. And as you know, I've been talking about my car situation and how I had to, sell AMC shares in order to get my car back, and hated the fact that I had to make that decision because I knew that the stock was likely to run right before, or rather right after I did so. But I had run out of time, the deadline had hit, and I needed either to do this or live without a vehicle, and it would be much more difficult for me to get another vehicle because my credit's very bad and all of these different obstacles in the way. The easiest way for me to get a vehicle is to not let the one I have go by the wayside. Plus, it ruins your credit even further if they keep your vehicle. It's just a lot going on there. So I made the very, very, very tough decision to sell what I need to sell to get my car out. And it then ran up right after I did it. And I was at peace with it because I'm like, the stock could easily bleed at any moment. My thinking was, when I made the decision, be fortunate that you have this money in place to do so, because there could be a time where this stock could plummet and you may not have the money to do things like this. So that's why I was like, just go ahead and do it and just replenish it when you get money. And I put myself in a position to turn things around because I kind of set myself up to make some money and did some things that I wasn't doing before, which is the lesson learned, is to kind of do much better preventative measures and things of that nature for myself. So moving on to what happened. So I wake up this morning, I go walk down the street, handle some things I need to handle. Hadn't left the house in like a week. You guys know how I am by now, but that's what it was. I just, took a nice little stroll down the street, enjoyed my walk, came back, was hoping for a couple things in the mailbox that I'm waiting for, but it wasn't either one of those. It was actually the California stimulus check, $600. I didn't even really remember that it was coming. I didn't believe it was coming, and if it was coming, I had literally forgotten all about it. So this check comes out of nowhere, and I'm happy about it. So what ends up happening is I check AMC, and it's down 11.5%. Thing is bleeding to hell. Now, normally, that's a disaster. But being that I just received this check, it allows me to basically buy back half of the shares I sold for my car at nearly the same price that I've sold the other shares in order to get the car out. The same thing happened last time the car was repoed. The stimmy came like 2 weeks later and let me put the exact amount, because the stimulus was 13, the car was 13, the exact amount. Once again, the stock had been gracious to me and had lowered itself like a red carpet for me to purchase the shares. This thing ain't bled out by 11% in months. Today is the worst day it's had, maybe since it bled out after the initial spike up. And for me to receive the stimulus on this day, to put the money in it on this day, I can't do nothing but credit it to some type of divine entity above me. I don't know how these type of things keep happening, but I know that as they do, I'm gonna be in a position to document them on this channel, because in the past they would just be stories I tell people. But if you guys could have seen how I got this apartment, the way that whole situation went, the deadline to where I thought I was going to be homeless and got it the day of, you wouldn't believe the timing of certain things in my life, or the way the car situation panned out. Now I got that car nearly at the exact moment I needed to in terms of my financial situation and what was happening at that moment. God just seems to catch me right before I fall just about every single time I do so. And this is yet another one of those situations that make me feel like things are okay. In terms of the prayers that I've been praying about making better decisions and seeing more options and opportunities to make money so that I'm not locked into some one way of thinking, I think is what I've learned about this entire process. And some of the mistakes I made is not because of my mind not being pointed in the right direction. It was just my methods were only allowing me to see some very few options for myself. And so as I start to grow through this process, I'm now putting myself in a position to diversify a bit more so that I can be more responsible with what it is I'm trying to do and get myself out of this hole I'm in. So to find myself in this position with the stock bleeding as it is. And to be able to put that back in there, I didn't even know that money was coming. You know what I mean? Let alone that the stock was going to be bleeding the same day I get it. If you don't see the divinity in that, I'm wasting my time. I'm trying to tell you. The only thing that I can honestly say is that I pray a lot for other people, more so than I pray for myself. And I try to do that only because I found myself to be a selfish person on the inside. That's just the truth. And I needed to in this alone space, remind myself that there's a life out there that matters more than me or as much as me. And I need to be mindful that other people's actions and other people's energies going to affect mine and vice versa. So to, be mindful of something bigger than yourself. And in doing so, stuff like this has been happening a lot since that process began. Just blessings that come out of nowhere, saving me from the worst consequences of things. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you, man. Other than I think that I'm on a path that's going to be specific, which is why things continue to go the way that they do. I feel like, I'm on this specific divine type of path. Maybe it ends well, maybe it don't. But what I'm saying is, I can't help but believe that the universe is working in my favor, even though my decision making and my actions and my inactivity tends to work against me and work against it. So as I try to grow from that, I just try to document these moments from here on out. Let y'all know, hey man, the mistakes put me in a bad situation, but the Lord keeps pulling me right out of it, man. And I believe He'll do the same thing for y'all. I'm not gonna preach. I'm not on that level. I'm not telling you who. I'm not on that level. I'm just trying to say this kind of stuff is divine, man. You look at the time and you look at the timing of things. The numerology of the different things. It gets deep, y'all. So, yeah, man. I don't know what to say, but thank you. Very thankful. Thank you guys for watching me. And I'm gonna continue my day, man, trying to be productive as possible. Try to put myself in a position to overcome some of these obstacles that I've created, and just be thankful for these blessings as they come, man. I hope things work out for everybody in every way, shape, and form. I think that we're all on a mission to try to do what it is and find out what it is that we're after. I'm barely finding that out right now at 37 years of age, so it's never too late, I'd imagine. So that's what I got. My name is BDF 44. Thank y'all for watching, and thank God for that blessing. I'm out.